Hello and welcome to this first case study in this section on introduction in this course, Excellence in Product Management in FMCG industry. So in this particular lecture, we will talk about a case study of building excellence in FMCG product manager for a new product manager. Isn't that interesting? Let's take a look at it. And here we have this case that focuses on a new FMCG product manager name, gender, you know, face mask. Here is only an example of someone who just entered the role and is learning how to build individual excellence in managing a product, leading across cross-functional teams, and driving market success. And this is a interesting case, a challenging, realistic, and deeply reflective case, showing how a new manager learns, to think, decide, and lead like a true FMCG professional. Right. So let's take a look at this case. So this is a case study with the theme of developing individual, excellence in product management in fast-moving consumer goods industry, FMCG, and it is for a new and aspiring FMCG product manager anywhere in the world, and it is inspired by the real life experiences of new managers in companies like Unilever, Nestle, PepsiCo, and L'Oreal. Right? Ready to go? Wonderful. So, all these cases start with some kind of challenge, right? So, what is the challenge here? Name mask, face mask, gender mask, meet Daniel, right? A freshly appointed assistant product manager in a well known FMCG company that produces personal care products. Now, he was given his first big responsibility when he joined of managing the relaunch of a declining shampoo brand that had lost market share to new local competitors who were promoting natural ingredients. Now, Daniel's manager told him, right, that don't just change the packaging, rebuild consumer trust and make this brand relevant again. And this was the moment for Daniel to prove himself. But as a new product manager, he quickly realized, in spite of all this enthusiasm, that he had limited experience managing cross-functional teams of R&D, sales, design, and finance. And he struggled to prioritize among dozens of tasks like packaging, pricing, promotion, distribution. And most importantly, he did not know what real excellence in product management looked like in practice. Sounds familiar? Right. So let's see how did he handle the challenge and are there learnings for us to see. So it started, the solution started emerging with learning to think like a product manager. So instead of jumping into the execution, Daniel decided to step back and learn the process of structured product management thinking. He developed a personalized framework, what he called as a 4D product excellence cycle, inspired from systems and information technology, and a model that he used to build a new one for himself to grow systematically. So, what was the Daniel's 4D product excellence cycle? Let's take a look at it. So the first step was to discovery, where the focus was to understand the consumer and the problem, right? And there, what Daniel did was he used consumer insight tools to analyze online reviews, competitor keywords, and social media complaints about the shampoo brands, right? And what did he learn? He realized that the consumers didn't trust the chemical heavy claims, right? They wanted clean and transparent ingredients. So that was the first step of discovery. Then he did the second of defining, where he clarified the brand's core problems. That was his focus. And what did Daniel do? He conducted survey using Google Forms and any other and a market research agency to identify the emotional barriers, right? And what did he learn there was the brand wasn't losing to price. It lost to the emotional relevance, right? It was losing its emotional relevance. It was not a price competition. as many people believe. And the third step was is to get into designing now. And their whole idea was to create a meaningful product and communication ideas. Remember both product and communication. And there, what Daniel did was he collaborated with R&D to create a new, a new herbal clarity variant, and that was used and then used tools to test pack designs and slogans and communication, etc. And what did he get there? He got the creativity that is needed to consumer to be tested early. So there was a youth ideas that came up that needed to be tested there. The last stage that he did of his excellence cycle was to deliver, where the goal was to execute and with discipline, right? So that you can start getting the results. And Daniel, then they built a launch plan with sales, with trade marketing and media and tracking results with dashboard. And what did he learn there? That executions, excellence is alignment plus agility. So that was the Daniel's 4D, his own 4D product management excellence cycle. So what were the results of the relaunch? Aren't you eager to know that? Yeah, let's see what are the results. After a lot of hard work and some iterations as well in between, it wasn't a straight run as many of us would believe. The market share went up from 4% to 7.5% in 9 months. And in those 9 months, he had to do some tweaking of his strategy. The brand perception of being trusted and natural was low before. It went up to highest in its own segment. The product trial rates were 22%. They went up by 45% in the post campaign. And Daniel's own confidence from a hesitant new product manager, went to a strategic and proactive. And Daniel's team started calling him the listener because he was the first to listen and integrate customer data, consumer data, creative insights, and strategic decision making into one clear narrative. So that was the outcome of the relaunch and the 4D model usage. Right. So what are the key insights from this case for new FMCG product managers? Let us take a look at them. So first is to start with consumer's truth. The truth is only one. What the consumer says, feels, hears. It's not your opinion. And that's what all of us, when we are new, think that we know everything. And what it means is the great products come with unmet emotional needs, not marketing slogans. Marketing slogans work, but first they need to connect to the real emotional need. So start with the consumer store. MR market research, consumer understanding is the mirror, but it's not a magic wand. If you understand consumer, you have not solved the problem fully. They only help you see the pattern, and the judgment will still need to come from you. You will hear many times conflicting comments and feedback. You need to then form a judgment. Clarity beats complexity. Focus on one strong message, not 10 weak areas. Collaborate across function. That is key thing again, because product excellence is a team sport led by your clarity and leadership as well. Reflect after each cycle. Excellence grows with feedback and iteration, not perfection. In these 9 months, Daniel had many iterations that he did, right? So these are the key insights for new FMCG product managers. So let us take a look at Daniel's own personal growth roadmap of building individual excellence in product management. So what are the skill areas and what did he do and how, right? And what the outcome was. In the area of consumer insight, because that's the first step, right? What he practiced was reading reviews, analyzing complaints, meeting customers, and the tools he used was, text mining, chat GPT clustering, listening to customers in the stores, and the resulting capability was empathy and pattern recognition. Second skill area that he developed was decision making, where what he practiced was choosing features to drop or keep, what to do, what not to do. And there he used tools like priority metrics, scenario simulations, and the capability that he developed as a result of this was strategic judgment, what to keep, what not to keep. Then the third skill area he developed was cross-functional collaboration by coordinating with R&D and sales. And there, the tools he used was weekly sync boards or meetings, and he learned there to influence without authority. That was outcome. Execution discipline was another skill area where he, practiced monitoring KPIs on a weekly basis, using the real-time dashboards. And with the help of that, he developed accountability mindset in the team and for himself. And last skill area that he developed is the self-reflection by reviewing wins and misses one every month. And there he used various journaling tools, including AI. And what he learned was their capability of continuous learning. So that's the Daniel's personal growth roadmap of building individual excellence. So interesting question for you. What do you think was Daniel's biggest realization? Any thoughts? It was not about being a product manager that that knows everything. It's he That was not his realization, which could be. But it was about asking the right questions and connecting people, data, and purposes that brought the results it could bring. And he discovered that individual excellence in product management is not technical, yeah, but it is mental. It is mental with seeing the big picture and small details at once, two together, right? You need to see the big picture, and you can't keep missing the small details. Learning from mistakes without fear and balancing data and intuition. Ultimately, you have to make the judgment, right? And that's what called strategic foresight. So that was Daniel's biggest realization. Right. So what are the lessons for new FMCG product managers? First, you need to learn before you lead. You are fresh. You have some theory that you've learned. So you need to take time to understand the consumer and product context before deciding anything. Second is to make data your partner. Use tools, market research, AI to deepen your insights, not to make your own choices only. So make data your partner. Focus on clarity, communicate decisions in simple, measurable terms, build credibility through delivery, small, consistent wins earn trust from your managers, from your team itself, yourself, and reflect regularly. Excellence is a habit, not an event, and it's a journey. So these are some key lessons for new FMCG product managers. So having learned so far in this case, let's also take a look at a suggested learning activity of my first product challenge. So there what you could do is with an objective to build real life problem solving and decision making confidence like a product manager, what you need to do is to choose a local FMCG product facing a visible challenge, this declining sales or a new competition. There'll be many. They use various tools of market research, consumer understanding, including AI, to understand consumer pain points and redefine the product positioning or feature concept. Then create a simple launch plans with all the four P's: pricing, messaging, distribution, etc., etc. And then reflect what key insights guided your decision. How did you balance creativity with evidence? And what would you do differently next time? So the final takeaway, excellence in product management is not about managing the product, right? It's about managing your own thinking, decisions, and learning processes. And the true experience comes when you learn to combine data, empathy with consumers, collaboration, and reflection to build products that truly matter, right? So what do we do in the next one? So in the next one, we will get on with the main course material with an overview of how can you build excellence in product management. And there we will give you a quick overview with some more case studies as we progress further. And with that, let me thank you for seeing this one video of the case study in this course, Excellence in Product Management. I hope you're beginning to learn new things, beginning to enjoy, and I do look forward to see you again in the next lecture. Please feel free to message me if you have any questions. I'll be happy to answer your questions, and do download the PDF file to take a look at anything that you need to.